morning guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you're all doing really well. It's nice and sunny today. I've got out of the house, and a follow on from my previous video where I mentioned I did my USA American haul, like shopping haul. I finished it with the kind of like thrifting bits that I found out there, and I was like, oh, do you know what, I'm inspired to maybe check out some charity shops back in the UK for any kind of like spring bits, home decor. I tend to focus on the home stuff, I realise, when I go to charity shops rather than fashion bits. I don't know why, that's just what I'm drawn to. But we'll have a look. Anyway, I've come this morning to a place called Manchester Fort where there's a big Oxfam superstore. I know when they first opened they had loads of Zara home bits, but I haven't seen Oxfam getting Zara home bits anymore, so I'm not holding hopes that they'll have any of that in, but you never know. So I thought we could go have a look. I also really like Oxfam because they always have a great book selection. So apologies, it's early in the morning, it's the first time I've probably spoken today. Tom's actually taken Barney to the office as well, so at some point I'm gonna go see a couple of charity shops. I've got a quick meeting to do in about 45 minutes, and then later on I will go and pick up Barney as well before heading home. So yeah, that's our plan for today. I have got my meeting, it's just a call that I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it in Starbucks. I'm going to go grab some breakfast afterwards, but I've got here nice and early, so we will head straight into Oxfam. That's a good stretch. We'll head straight into Oxfam, start there, and keep our fingers and toes and everything crossed that we get some good finds today. This is why I love checking out charity shops, because it's like a big treasure hunt, honestly. It's kind of a bit like a Home Sense TK Maxx style of shopping as well, where I like to rummage for seeing what treasures we can get. You know, sometimes I don't pick up anything, and that's okay. Let's go. I thought I would do a quick voiceover heading into this shop and just show you some of their bits that they have. And so the first sort of layout as you walk in is all fashion. They have it kind of colour organised into different groups, and they've got lots of really good brands actually, and some quite good qualities, some new in bits as well. I spotted some things with tags, some designer bits, or like higher end bits like Hunter, All Saints. Kind of higher prices though, but then also with Oxfam they have their kind of section that they get in that is all brand new, like the Tony's Chocolonis, some homeware bits. And then I did head to the back of the store to check out some homeware. They have some lovely kind of farmhouse rustic bits, some sets and crockery bits. The only thing is with sets like that is that you've got to buy the whole thing, which I would never do, but sometimes like the odd mug or something I might buy, but yeah, when it's a full set, it's a pretty big commitment, isn't it? Again, with the pumpkin mug, it was £2.99, but I'm pretty sure that's like a Poundland one. So sometimes with charity shop price, I feel like they don't quite get it right, but then other times you can grab a bargain, like these postcards at 99p each. You could easily frame these, maybe put them in a bigger frame with a big mount and have it as artwork. So yeah, just a little idea there for you. And then I headed upstairs to the book section where I think Oxfam really thrives. They've got loads of amazing books from fiction, non-fiction. They've got The Secret I spotted in there for £2.99. Loads of cooking books like this Nigel Slater one, massive one for £5.99. Loads more cooking books and gardening books I was checking out today. But yeah, well worth looking through the book section for any Oxfam store. I think that is definitely where they seem to do best. And it's a nice way to be able to get a book that's secondhand, because I always donate my books. I feel like once I've read it once, I probably won't be reading it again. I've got my Starbucks in hand. I'm all done with my meeting. So I'm just going to pop into, there's a One Below here. Some nice bits in New Look. And also an Asda Living, so I want to see if there's any kind of like new Stacey Easter spring range. Time to head over to Asda Living, and they had quite a lot of Mother's Day bits because I actually filmed this section before Mother's Day. And then I did notice the Stacey Solomon range. These napkin rings were very cute if you like the bow trend. Some little Easter plates and hanging decorations like these eggs and little bunnies. Then in the more kind of summery section, they've got these florals in the mugs and the crockery, and some more green section. That's a bit of a White Company dupe, that vase, I did notice. I loved that little pedestal table as well, and if you like the scalloped theme, they've got that running throughout some more of their homeware too. And then I headed over to some books. I did notice this just whilst I was shopping, sending positive vibes. That was very cute that they wrote on my Starbucks mug, well not mug, cup. And then I went into One Beyond. I keep calling it One Below. It's One Beyond. And they had similar things to a Poundland, I would say. It's a very similar style if you've never been to a Poundland before. Again, loads of Easter bits and a few Mother's Day bits, like this heart mug that was £1.50. Some nice gifting sections, gifting bags. I got that little cake skewer for Mother's Day when we had a cake. Some oven mitts and some other kitchen bits and bobs. I know I said the sun's out, but I've actually underestimated how warm it actually is. 16 degrees. I think when we got back from New York, I just was expecting it to be the same temperature, but it's definitely warmer here than it was in New York. Anyway, I have now driven over to another superstore that they have in Manchester, or like on the outskirts, and this one's a cancer research. From memory, I don't think this one's as good. But again, with charity shops, you just never know, do you? You might stumble across something really good. I think this one has better bargains, especially for clothing. But anyway, we'll head in, we'll have a look before heading over back into town to pick up Mr. Barney from Tom's office that he's been in for the morning. And I'm almost tempted. Oh, there's another one here as well. Okay, Children's Air Ambulance. We'll head in there as well. I'm not sure. Have I been in that one? Maybe I have, I can't remember. Either way, we'll have a look in both. Let's start with, I'm going to start over at the air ambulance one, so we'll head there first and then into cancer research. So let's head into the Children's Air Ambulance. They had quite a few clothes in this one, and then also in the middle section, lots of big furniture items. I loved this table. I thought that could be a good little fun DIY project, but I couldn't think of a space in mind for this. It was only £25. They seem to have loads of donation from this French chic paint as well, unless if it's them that stock it, I'm not sure. But loads again of options for DIY, for painting. Lots of artwork, some more furniture, quite like these rattan outdoor chairs and this little spring bouquet at £4.50. They also have the biggest puzzle selection I've ever seen. And then we headed over to the cancer research, where again they've got loads of like new bits that they stock themselves, that cute little bird feeder, these draw pulls, all very, very nice, and stuff that you can get like in any shop. So if you like any of those, just your local cancer research will probably most likely have them. Liked this little salt pig or salt cellar. Again, another little handheld bouquet for spring. £4, quite liked that dish. I'm not sure if this worked or not, but a little camera. And then I found a Le Creuset bowl for just £3. This bin for £4. I quite liked the look of this puzzle. I feel like that would be a challenge though, that one. £3 for that. Also, look at that. Just, I won't read it out loud in case of, you know, demonetization on YouTube, but it was so funny. I love looking in recipe books and things where people have little printouts and they've jotted down their like version of the recipe or notes on how it worked for them. I don't know. I really love seeing like a stranger's handwriting like that. Anyway, loads of clothing. I quite liked how they section their clothing into anything for £2, anything for £3, anything for £5. It's nice and easy to be able to shop. I got a couple of brands that I spotted in there, Zara, Weekday, some other bits and bobs. Then I forgot to mention, but en route home I was going via Levenshulme Antiques. They don't allow dogs. I mean, they allowed Barney as like a bit of a one-off, but I did notice that when I got there it was guide dogs only, so just bear that in mind if you have a dog. Don't let it fool you. You might get turned away. It was very quiet on this day, and yeah, they appreciated that Barney was well trained, so they allowed him in. I loved that artwork, again with the rustic frame, and this one as well, very similar. You could do those maybe side by side. They had a few nice trunks and quite reasonable price. I love this set of tables as well. Barney having a whale of a time in the garden, but guys, I just have to show you our magnolia. So gorgeous. It is full bloom and it is so pretty. Home sweet home. I don't know why I feel the need to say that every single time I get home from a shopping trip. I feel like my makeup has rubbed off a little bit from under my eyes. I had a black mark earlier. I met up with Tom at lunch and he was trying to get off this black mark and he's ended up rubbing off all my concealer, so I feel like my eyes look pretty dark. But anyway, we are back home and I thought I would show you everything that I picked up from the shops today. I am thinking about going to an antiques and salvage fair that they do, the Arthur Swallow ones that I've vlogged before, like previously, in like the spring summer months. But it's all reliant on the weather, if I'm honest with you. We've been before when it was a bit miserable and it was not a good experience. There were hardly any stalls there compared to normal and you have to pay an entrance fee, so it just kind of made it not really worth it. So if it's raining at the weekend, we won't bother going. If it isn't raining, we will be going, and I will of course take you guys with me. But for now, I thought I would share with you the charity shop bits that I did find. I also popped into Sostering Green whilst I was in town as well. So the first thing is this was from the cancer research. It's so heavy, but it's from Le Creuset. Can you see it embossed there, Le Creuset? And it's like a cast iron. It's kind of like a bowl, a cast iron bowl. I'm not sure how I would possibly use this, but I know Tom loves the idea of having cast iron pots and pans for the outdoor kitchen. So I thought when he gets the fire going out there, there's going to be something that he's going to be able to utilize this cast iron dish for. I think he will really appreciate that. So I picked that up for £3. When you look at cast iron on Le Creuset online, it's sort of the £100–200 mark plus. So for £3 I thought grab it, and if Tom doesn't have a use for it, I can always just redonate it. And then also from that shop I got this really randomly, but I again saw these online, these Club London dresses going for the sort of £50 to £100 mark, and it's kind of like an cowl neck and cowl back design in this beautiful like champagne-y silvery metallic colour. It's just maxi all the way down to the floor, no slits or anything. It is in a size 8, but I thought that looked quite a generous size 8, so I'm going to give that a wash and try that on. I thought for a nice like summer holiday in an evening, that would be really nice with some flat sandals. Also, I got this denim jacket from the brand La FAIRS. I've not heard of this brand before. It's in a large, £8.99. I just thought like a nice plain and simple denim jacket. Again, one of those things that if I decide it's not for me, I'm happy to just redonate it. This size small, it's a cute little baby tee in this lemon colour, which I thought was perfect for spring. It was £13.99, which I thought was a bit pricey, if I'm honest with you, from a charity shop, but again, it's because it's branded. I did think this just plain and simple with some denim jeans could look quite cute, and I do want to wear lemon a little bit more, so I decided to get that, and I risk hoping that I like it. And then this is like a bit of a throwback. It reminds me of like 80s, 90s fashion. I can imagine something like this, like a little cap sleeve shirt, again with some high-waisted jeans tucked in. Can you picture this? Jeans and a belt, again in this lemon color. It's a bit less, the other one's a bit more neon, this is a bit more muted. But this one was only £7.99 from St Bernard. Charity shop prices are going up. Bernardo's now. These little plates I thought were very cute for spring summer. They're very simple. If you can see, there's just a slight edged detailing to them. Otherwise they're just plain white. 50p each for a little cake and coffee. Then I also spotted this. This one was £10 and it's a very simple print. I don't love the frame. I might actually switch out the frame for something else or like wash the frame, but I like the really large mount and just a tiny little picture in the middle. So this is a artist called Anne Desmay in London. This is called New House. I can see on the back here it says £65. I obviously paid £10 for it, but I have seen online some of her artwork going for hundreds of pounds. It just reminded me, the actual illustration reminded me of us doing up our house with all the scaffolding on the outside, and it was kind of a bit of a throwback to that, but also just like a nice memento to us doing up our house. I'm not sure where I'll pop that, but I really like that. I like the tiny little artwork in a big amount. I also picked up this book was £1. It's a pretty chunky book for £1. It's called The Gardening Year. The cover is a bit flimsy, so if you do take it off, it's just a plain and simple green. To John and Carol, whoever you may be, on the occasion of your wedding, 10th of October 1987, much love and happiness always from Rose, Anne and Carolyn. And it always just makes me like, I don't know, there's something about the fact that things have history in charity shops that when things are signed for, or like this, bits of clippings or cutouts within, like I love it. It's like a little treasure hunt. Like I said, what's on here? I think it's a shopping list. Hose pipe joint, a sprinkler. There were some more clippings and I thought, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna keep them in there. Let's see what they are. Here we go. Lots of newspaper clippings. I thought, I wonder if these have additional kind of points worth noting. So we've got a little gardening clippings here. This is a page about gardening. I want to have like a proper flick through and read of all these bits. Special clearance prices, little coupons. I'm not sure these prices would still be valid. Conifer hedge. You get 10 conifer hedges for £5.90. Yeah, you wouldn't be paying that these days. What else is in here? Hedge life. More about gardening there. Anyway, for £1, I was having a flick through those and I was like, you know what, I'll just buy it and flick through it when I get home. And then I also spotted this rustic box and I was like, ooh, what's in here? £1.99. And it is a fruit serving spoon, stainless chrome flats, I think it says. But yeah, I don't have a spoon, like a serving spoon that size. I also just love the box it came in. A couple more books. These are all Oxfam. We've got 50 plants that changed the course of history. And again, I am drawn to books with pretty covers and illustrations. I also got this one, Nigel Slater cookbook, The Kitchen Diaries #2, with loads of different recipes in. That was £5.99. I say how much the other one was. 50 plants that changed the course of history. That was £4.99. Bulb by Anne Pavord. One was £4.99, and again it's got lots of illustrations and imagery for spring, summer, flowers, florals. Love that. And then another gardening one. We've got the gardening goods here. It also adds a little pop of colour to the shelves. I know I don't go overboard with colour, but even like the greens and the golds, and yeah, I'm drawn to a good cover, and I love that, again, the illustration on this one. This is actually a Reader's Digest book. Good ideas for your garden, and we're still on the hunt for ideas for shaded plants that can grow. So in our shaded part, which seems to struggle. So we'll have a flick through that. So that one was £4.99. I think that might be it for charity shops. So I did pop into Asda Living and I grabbed a gift bag for Mother's Day. I also grabbed loads of these towels that were on offer for £6 something. The bath sheets, the biggest ones. I'm going to have a clear out of all of Barney's towels and replace them all with this. I prefer this colour. I've got some that are like a white, and obviously they just get mucky so quickly. So a dark green, so I stocked up on a few of those. I think I got 5 or 6, because we do go through them. Oh, in fact, there's some bits in here from Asda that I also just threw in this bag. A gift bag, which also comes with the gingham tissue paper. This is part of the, well, it was with all the Stacey Solomon bits, so I'm assuming it's part of her range, and I think that was about £1.50. Birthday cards for friends. These, which we've finished, the little Galaxy truffle eggs, which you cannot get throughout the rest of the year, so they're going to go in our little glass. We've got a couple of these, and as you can tell, they're empty. So we'll stock those up. We've got family coming this weekend as well, so I always like to have stock up of our treat jars. And then I saw these from One Below, which I thought would be good to throw in the kitchen cupboard. Oh, firstly this, which if we have a cake for Mother's Day, where we've got our parents coming over, I thought we could have a little cake topper. Love the colour of these. Little bag sealing clips, 8-pack and a 13-pack. And then also a collapsible lunchbox, which I thought would be good for Tom to take, because it comes with cutlery as well, as and when he takes bits and bobs into the office. Sostrum ran in there with Barney. Oh, that's a salad that's my dinner for tonight. That can go in the fridge. And I grabbed this pot. It was in the sale. This was such a bargain. It was originally £4.68, but they were in the sale for £2.34, and it's like a really rustic, I should have probably got some more actually, really rustic terracotta pot with the drainage that I thought we could maybe pop either in the kitchen even, or in the outdoor kitchen, to have like a little pot of herbs on the side. We've got our herb garden section at the end of the garden, which I'll keep you guys posted on. We're gonna plant some new ones, and then the ones that have survived, obviously, that we cut back at the sort of end of the season, we're just gonna see and hope that they come through. I can already see some of them coming through though, so that's really good. And the ones that we replace, we can do that, and I'll do it with you guys. But for the meantime, this in our kitchen, yeah, I thought was lovely. Whilst on the topic of books as well, I also thought I would just show you these two, which I unboxed from Amazon that I ordered. They are chunky books, and they are so nice. But they're called, I saw these in a shop actually, and whenever I go into a shop and I love the styling, I always have a quick sneak peek at the books that they've got and add them to my wish list on Amazon. And they're a great book to also have as a bit of a display book if you wanted to leave it open, which I have done obviously with this one. As you can see, I've got it on a bit of a spring page. This is the Daylesford one. So I quite like using books in that way, but also obviously I always say interiors books are my absolute favorite. I get most inspiration from these sort of books. Just on an afternoon, every once in a while, I'll just grab one of my coffee table books from the shelf and just have a flick through if I'm feeling a bit uninspired. This and Pinterest are like my go-to, but especially books. There's something about having a hard copy in front of you that I prefer. Good morning, guys. I am coming at you this morning. I was about to put my seatbelt on. I'm already here. I've come to the Arthur Swallow's Antiques Fair this morning, which is looking dry so far, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it will stay that way. Barney's in the back there. I've actually travelled separately. Tom is coming, but he has cricket practice afterwards, which is like literally around the corner from here, so I thought we could drive separately. He can go to cricket practice, and I might pop to Neptune, where there is, I think they're doing some kind of like spring, summer sale, spring sale, not even a sale event, I don't think. I think it's just like an in-store sale, spring event, showcasing some new bits, and they've got like nibbles, and it's probably not going to be any different to like a normal browse around, but whilst I'm in the area, I thought we could pop over there. I might even pop via a farm shop or something to get some ingredients for our families coming over tomorrow for lunch. Arthur Swallow's Antiques Fair is one of my favourites. So everyone's getting out the cars now. I think it's open. We're here bright and early this morning. I'm just keeping my eyes peeled for Tom. I can't see him yet. Hey, bud? Should we go shopping? Yeah. I've got my dog walking Uggs on, which I ruined already. So these have become dog walking now. Poo back in there, which I need to pop in the bin. Got trolley in hand today, and we're just waiting for Tom.
Don't need someone to save me, no, and don't come running to blame me. From miles away, I can tell that something's off. The way you're looking, how you pause when you talk, I think I said enough. You said your love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never.
And we're done. Sorry, I've just blown my nose, so I feel like it looks all red now. Sod's law, the day that we take a trolley, we didn't need it. We got a couple of bits, but nothing huge worth needing a trolley for. But you never know with these things, so I'm still glad I took it just in case anyway. We were on the hunt for, did I say this already? I can't remember if I did. We were on the hunt for a butcher's block for the outdoor kitchen. And when we've come previously, there's been loads, and we've said, oh, let's not get it just yet because the outdoor kitchen wasn't ready for one, which is where it's going. And of course, this time, now that we're ready for one, the outdoor kitchen is built, barbecue season is upon us. The time that we come looking for one, there wasn't any. I think there was one that I saw, one that was too small. So that was a shame, but there will always be more of these fairs and more places to have a look. So we'll keep our eyes peeled for that. Tom's just left for his cricket practice, so I've said I'm going to head over to the farm shop and get some sweet bits, like I said, to cook, or either bake a cake or see what cakes they've already got there. This was a lovely shop, La Saison's Leek. on Instagram. She had lots of, if you like, French linens. Then yeah, she said, I can custom make you something, and I was like, perfect. So I'll have a little look at her shop as well. But anyway, I am gonna start with, I think we're gonna go to Neptune first. I've also not eaten yet today, not had any breakfast, so we're on the hunt for some breakfast somewhere. They had bacon and sausage sandwiches there, but I wasn't fancying that. We went to the pub yesterday and I had a burger, and I was just like, oh, I feel like I've already eaten that. Right, 10-minute drive, let's go. Maybe that'll do, won't it? So we are back, and I thought I would just show you the purchases that I made. Firstly, this little stool. Now this is, I've got a couple of these. I was thinking like on the side somewhere, like on the kitchen worktop, maybe as a little stand with some, like a little candle or flower pot on top of it. I love these little stools anywhere, like utility, bathrooms, and I've got a couple already, so I decided to grab another one. That was £20. And then I got a couple of little mini things actually. Firstly, this stand had loads of these metal scoops, and I thought they'd be good for, they're made in Great Britain as well. They're even, oh, there's my stamp. So go back in if I want to today. I did actually think, you know, for the first time ever, I was like, because we were there for the opening, I wonder, and we always go in the mornings whenever we go, I wonder what it's like at the end of the day in terms of like grabbing an absolute bargain, because people are just wanting to get rid of stuff to not have to take it home with them. I don't know if I would be willing to go back and do that. I guess I could. I think it had, oh no, I'm talking myself into it. No, we don't need to go back. I got these little metal scoops, and she did 3 for £10. So like bath salts, these are good for out in the garden, for like with compost. They're good for in your pantry, in little jars with little rices and seeds. And I also saw this little brush on a stand, and I just said, how much for your little brush? And she said, oh, maybe £2. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. So just a little brush that I thought could be styled up on a kitchen shelf or in the pantry with the vegetables, and we could just use it as like a little vegetable brush. And then Tom picked up this from a stand where they actually made this themselves, this organic, extra virgin organic cold pressed olive oil single estate from Umbria, Italy. That was £10. And this is our current olive oil we're using. As you can see, we're down to here, so that was well timed. And then, yeah, I got a couple of bits of artwork. Now, this one, firstly, was the first one that I saw, and we're thinking of doing Tom's office up. At the minute, he's just not styled it. When I say his office, it's not even really his office. It's the top floor. If you remember from like previous house tours and stuff, the top floor we had was in 2 bedrooms. We made it into one big room with a bathroom and some eaves storage. And I had all intentions of it being a kind of like nice working space for Tom, but he ends up working down here. So he uses it more as his like walk-in wardrobe slash office slash bathroom, dressing room. It's just his space up there essentially, and it's not styled at all. It's just mismatched furniture placed around the room, mostly IKEA. Doesn't really have a feng shui in there. So we're thinking about maybe doing it up, and we got some inspirations from some shops that we were in New York. And I said, see, this could be like how your top room could look. And he was like, yeah, okay, I kind of see what you mean now. Like, just do it, you just do it. So I basically have free reign to do whatever I want in his top floor. And anyway, I saw this, and you might or might not know, but he is a lover of cricket. He's at cricket practice right now. And I saw this. These were £5. And I thought this framed up would be lovely. It's kind of like, it's obviously sticking with the neutral theme, but very rustic looking. And it's just very simple, like line drawing of a cricketer. This is very random. This was £10. It's literally falling to bits. It's very rustic, this one, we will say that. But for £10, I thought, do you know what? Even if it doesn't work and I want to redonate it, then that's fine. But that is so rustic and old and beaten up that I actually really like it. There's no real like obvious art to it. I did think the frame was maybe a tad too orangey. So it's something that I could maybe just get a light stain across, just very lightly, just to darken it up so it's a bit more like this colour. And then the actual oil-based art on it that was previously done, like I say, some of it's like chipping away. There's a little hole in the canvas, but there's something about the fact that it's this rustic and this beaten up that I like it. Is that everything? I think that is everything that we got from the fair. I did pop into Neptune and got just one thing. They've got these new range of candles out. They actually have quite a bit of new in, and they've got a new crockery range with like a blue stripe that's really nice. I think it's called Hemsley? No, Melbury. But this was one of their new fragrances in the candles. These candles are slightly cheaper than the bronzy candles, and I think they're nicer. So this is called the Herb Garden. This is my favourite of the new scents. I'll just open it so you can see what the actual jar looks like, the candle itself. But I thought this would burn lovely in here in the kitchen. So, oh, it smells so good. It just has the little green label that says the Herb Garden Neptune on. And that will be, I was going to say my next candle to burn in here. I've got the Verde candle on the go from White Company. But I might pop this on a tray on the island and have this one start burning this weekend. I also came home to this parcel from Zara. Now Zara, I posted a story on my Instagram. I ordered a couple of bits from Zara home, and there was an option to gift wrap at the end at checkout, and there was only one item that was a gift in there, so I opted for it, and it added 22p charge. So I was thinking, like, is that a mistake, 22p for gift wrap? But anyway, I went for it. They gift wrapped everything in that box. Oh yeah, okay, this one's not gift wrapped. They gift wrapped everything in that box, 2 of which were like glassware for me. I've stocked up on some new glasses. My last Zara haul that I told you about, I said I was just testing this new glassware and I really like it. So we're having an overhaul of our glassware cupboard. We're getting rid of any mismatched ribbed glasses that I've got. I've got some like this from B&M, which I do like. But some of them, they're all different shapes and they're from different places. There's some from Dunelm, B&M, and they're a mismatch. And it bugs me that they're a mismatch. You also can't stack them. Whereas the Zara home ones, I'll show you them just so that you can see. So yeah, you can obviously stack them, which means saving space in the cupboard. And they're very, very thin, quite big actually, quite generously sized glassware. So I got the short tumblers. They come in a set of 4. Of which obviously I already have 4 of each of that size. So I've just ordered another 4 of both sizes so that we've got a set of 8 in each. And yeah, the gift wrap was beautiful. It was like green with like a jute twine, a Zara label on. Even the tape that they used was green, like a dark green, just really nice. So well worth doing if you wanted to buy a gift for someone and add gift wrap to checkout. But anyway, I also got a couple of bits from the laundry range. This is gonna go next to the sink. They placed it on a dish, which I thought looked styled up quite nicely, so I think I'm going to do the same. Oh, the pigeon on the patio. Is Barney going to go for it? Oh, he went for it. You can see him just watching it. Oh, where's he gone? What's he doing? Oh, there's magpies now. God, they're all coming. Anyway, the Zara laundry collection, yeah, they've got some lovely bits for like your cleaning cupboard stock-ups. These ones are £4 and £12.99 this one was, but I thought this was quite a nice brush to have in the utility room because it actually looks nice sat out on display. Or it could be a really nice, you know, like when we've had dinner at the table and you just brush, like, you know, when you see servers brush off the table like that into a little pan, you know? I just thought that was really nice, and again, one that we could just have sat out somewhere. So yes, got that. And then from the farm shop, this is the cake that I went for, just like a plain Victoria sponge. That was very lazy of me to not bake this afternoon, but I did think, well, I need to clean this space rather than bake. I could have done both. I'm being lazy, I'm making excuses. I saw that cake and I thought, you know what, for £8.95, it probably costs that to buy all the ingredients and bake one anyway. I probably won't do as good of a job. That's again me making further excuses. The Victoria sponge looks lovely, so we went for that. I also stocked up on a couple of snacks. When we host, we always have just a bowl of crisps out, and these are some of my favourite. We needed some new jam. We usually just have a strawberry jam or a raspberry jam in the fridge, but I saw this one, damson and apple, and I thought that sounds delicious, so I'm gonna go for that one. And then for our dinner tomorrow, we are gonna be having lamb, so I picked up a mint sauce and a mint jelly. This is the one that the lambing shed actually make themselves. This is a little treat from me to me. And this is Baked by Bean. If you don't know Baked by Bean, she has a little van. In fact, maybe Launch used her van and they branded it up, not Launch, it was like a pop-up for Women's Day or something in Manchester. It's actually not far from here, her little van, so we've been a few times, and she does the best baked goods, like cakes, cookies, brownies, all sorts. And these ones were in, with it being Easter, little mini egg brownie. Also for like a little lunch bite that I'm gonna have now, a little arancini mozzarella one. So I'm gonna pop this in the air fryer maybe. Have this for my lunch, pop all these bits away, get tidying this afternoon, cleaning. I need to clean this space. I would vlog it, but I feel like this vlog is pretty long already, and we are sticking with the thrift theme for this video rather than cleaning. Any of these bits that I end up styling up, head to my Instagram where you can see them on at FAIRS Home, and like in future vlogs as and when. I want to have a complete restyle of my shelves both in here and the black room at some point. So yeah, let me know if you would want me to vlog that. And of course, as and when we get around to doing bits and bobs in Tom's office space to transform that space, then I could vlog that too. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Thumbs up, of course, if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. Those figures, I know it's taking time out of your day, but if you can just hit that subscribe if you haven't already, it really does mean the world. You just have to have a YouTube account, hit subscribe, and you're done. But yeah, it really helps out with my channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I hope to see you all very soon in my next video. Bye guys.